Hey guys, what's up? It's Dr. Marcy, and I am going live.
Hi.
This is my son, Alex. Um, and we're just going to talk tonight about what happens when you finish a diet. Um, one of the things that a lot of people have trouble with is when they finish a diet, they don't really know what to do. And part of the reasons are because they feel like, number one, they have sorry, I'm getting a weird notification here that I have to change something, but I don't know how to change it. Shh, don't tell anybody I don't know how to do this. Um, they get to that point where, okay, I've done this, I have reached my goal, and now I don't know what to do now that it's done. So, one of the things that I want to talk to you about is what do you do when it's done? One of the ways that I like to encourage people to finish a diet is there's a reason you got to the point where you felt like you needed to diet. And a lot of times those reasons have a lot to do with the habits that you had either for sleep, for self sabotage in your thoughts every day, or for eating. It's like that act itself. Some of us eat because we're bored, some of us eat because we're frustrated, some of us eat because we're stressed. Some of us eat because everyone else is eating, and so we feel like we need to. And what I would like to say is that those habits and our temptation to center everything in our lives around food is not necessarily healthy. And maybe that's what led you to the point where you felt like you needed to do that diet in the first place. So, when you're coming out of a diet, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is choose something that you feel like you could stick to for a while, and not 3 weeks, 3 days, 6 weeks, something you could stick to for a lifetime. And that's not to say you can't ever have a cheat day, but instead of thinking of it as a cheat day, what if you thought of it as a cheat meal? And you only get one cheat in that day, and it has to be less than half of the calories that you took in for that day. The reason I say that is because, again, we're trying to change a lifestyle. I mean, if you think about the word diet, it literally has the word die in it. People don't succeed with diets because it's telling them to die. So, what if we looked at it instead as a nutrition strategy or a nutrition plan or a nutrition lifestyle? And then when you're coming out of that restricted phase, first of all, that restrictive phase shouldn't be more than 6 weeks. And then you should have at least 4 weeks where you're not restricted. And what I mean again, when I say not restricted, is you should be able to increase, thank you. You should be able to increase the amount of calories that you're taking in, but those calories need to be healthy. So if you're taking in on average 600 to 800 calories a day for 6 weeks. And then for the 4 weeks after that, you need to at least double those calories and hopefully get up to about 1,500 calories. But I don't think you should do that overnight. I think what you should do when you do it is start by adding 50 grams of protein for a week and see how you feel and see what your body does with that 50 calories. I think that when you add protein, the thing that your body does is use it well because it is a building block. The amino acids and proteins are literally used to do all kinds of tissue repair. So when you're doing whatever it is that you happen to do, calorie restriction, fasting, low fat, low carb, high protein, keto, whatever it is that you're happening to do, when you add stuff back in, the first thing you add should always be protein, and you should do it for no less than a week. If you can, optimally, it would be for 2 weeks. Now, of course, increasing your vegetable intake to 6 ounces at every meal is not going to make or break you if you're only eating 4 ounces of vegetables at every meal. Because again, the vegetables have a lot of minerals and nutrients in them that your body can use right away to help keep inflammation down. So don't feel like you can't increase your vegetable intake, but you shouldn't increase your fruit intake because that's sugar, like pure sugar. Yes, there's some fiber with it, but it's sugar. So start with adding 50 grams of protein throughout the day. And just for reference, 4 ounces of chicken has 40 grams of protein. So if you added 3 ounces of chicken at lunch and 3 ounces of chicken at dinner, then you're getting an additional 50 grams of protein. And then a week later, add 50 more grams of protein and see how you do. The other thing I want you to not do when you end a diet or a restrictive phase in your nutrition plan is don't just think, I did it, I've almost reached my goal, I'm going to go out and celebrate for an entire day. I'm going to drink, I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I'm just not going to care. Because what that actually does is when you're doing a restrictive plan, you're cleaning out also some of the bad gut bacteria, and they're actually dying off because you're not feeding them the sugar, you're not feeding them the alcohol, you're not feeding them the junk that they crave and thrive on. You're starting to feed the good gut bacteria and helping them grow. But a lot of those good gut bacteria are killed by sugar. So don't just go willy-nilly and party. The first thing, again, you should add back in should be protein. And if you get 3 or 4 days in and think, okay, I'm doing okay, I'm going to have one cheat. Like tonight, so today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is day 4 of my non-restrictive phase after doing a restrictive phase for 6 weeks. During that restrictive phase, I lost 20 pounds. And tonight on day 4, just because I felt like I wanted something extra, I had one small keto roll. It was this big and about this tall. That keto roll had 19 grams of protein. It also had 22 grams of fat. So that was almost my fat intake for the day. So I had to be careful with what I ate for the rest of the day because I wanted to make sure that I didn't go over my fat macros for the day. But I'm still 10 grams shy on my protein. So I am going to have to eat something else today that has protein in it in order to get to where I want to be calorie intake wise. I also had 6 ounces of vegetables tonight instead of only 4. And I had 2 ounces of dried fruit. So my cheat today for the entire day was that keto roll. And I'm not big on like the sweets or sugar or anything like that. You can ask most people if you're going to bring me something, I would prefer it be bittersweet chocolate. But I still haven't even had chocolate, and I haven't had it for now 7.5 weeks. So I think I'm doing pretty good with that. Don't go crazy when you're done with your restrictive phase. It will sabotage everything you've just done. It will make you crave all the wrong foods again. It will make you go back to that same mindset of, well, what's the point? I gained 2 pounds last night just by eating something I shouldn't have yesterday. So why should I even bother? The truth is, for most of us, it didn't take you 6 weeks to gain the weight, and it's going to take you longer than 6 weeks to take it all off. Because you're not just dealing with the weight, you're dealing with the hormones that weight has started producing. You're dealing with the toxins that weight is storing. And your body cannot shed toxins without a place for it to go. So if you're not eliminating on the regular, if you're not having at least 2 bowel movements a day, hopefully 3 or 4, if you're not drinking enough water to flush those toxins out in your urine, you're going to hold that fat. And the second you feed it something toxic, it's going to hold on to it even harder. So make sure that you're not going crazy on your cheat day, your cheat meal, your cheat dessert, whatever it happens to be. And make sure that you're really thanking your body for working with you during this time, because being restricted for a lot of people is really difficult here as much as it is here. a lot of us spend a lot of time not knowing what actual hunger is. And I would encourage you to get uncomfortable and be hungry for at least a day. If you have more questions about this, if you saw my Facebook post about the program results that we got for another member, they are posted in the Facebook page. She lost 14 inches during her 6-week challenge. She also lost a lot of pain and inflammation that she'd been carrying for years, and realized that she uses food like a drug. It's a pick me up for her in the afternoons when she's tired, or on days when she doesn't go to work, it doesn't want to go to work and she's having a bad day. She uses it as a pick me up. Food is the most overused drug and underused medicine in our country. I would also hazard to say that food as medicine is something we all need to push towards, because pharmaceuticals aren't doing it for us. I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday and a great Wednesday, and I will chat to you soon. If you have any questions, DM me, comment below. I'll be happy to extend this conversation with you.